motherhoodsexmarijuana.com. Yes, indeed. We back in the dough, and you better let us in. Make sure you bookmark this site, motherhoodsexmarijuana.com. And of course, when you want to get some cute cannabis gear, you turn to shop.spreadshirt.com/MSM gear. You should be in the door with us, cause Motherhood Sex Marijuana is back, bitches.
Hey ladies, 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 beautiful ladies, beautiful ladies. Hey ladies, 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 beautiful ladies, beautiful ladies.
Yo, to all the ladies in the place with style and grace, embrace the beauty beyond the frame, tickle the mind, stay straight in your vertebrae, cradle your soulmate, beat with your heart rate, calm like we meditate, body like educate, shaking the fate, cause we more bright and ill, more right than real, we right and real, get it, right and real, sicker than your average, feel this queen, I blow up spot, trust you me, I know you hot, they don't even know what they got till it's gone, and I'm not gonna sing another sad song wrong, women in hip-hop, chicks in flip-flops, cop the blue drop, fuck the blue cops.
Okay. Yes. So, of course, season 5 is not going to be live per se, but we definitely got some preparation on the motherfucking way. As you can see, Kai Storm is in the building. Motherhood Sex Marijuana is in the building. Shoot, Fuego Magazine is in the building. Shop.spreadshirt.com/MSM gear is in the building. Everybody is in the building. And season 5 will bring new conversations, new topics to talk about, new subscribers, new money in this bitch. That's all we interested in 2023. Increase in direct deposits, G. Stop playing. Stop playing. Motherhoodsexmarijuana.com. We in the building, season 5. Show up and show out. And if you want to get down with us, hit us up. All right? Later, people. We in the building, season 5. Let's get it.
Hey ladies, 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 beautiful ladies, beautiful ladies. Hey ladies, 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 beautiful ladies, beautiful ladies.
Yo, to all the ladies in the place with style and grace, embrace the beauty beyond the frame, tickle the mind, stay straight in your
Yes, indeed. Recording in progress. Motherhood Sex Marijuana in the building. Yes, let's get this on. Let's get this on. Support the merch. Yeah. Let's get this on. All right, all right. Lord.
Hey,
Wait, hey. What's going on? Motherhood Sex Marijuana.
Motherfucking building.
Yes, you look happy and rested, even though based on your text just now, it looked like, life was going real crazy, but we gonna keep on going, even though life going crazy in the back. That's what we gonna do.
Yeah, and when it rains, it pours sometimes. And, it's crazy because I kind of work, my 9 to 5 isn't really a 9 to 5. It's like, I got to be there when shit hits the fan. So to speak. And sometimes And most of the time, actually, it hits a fan at the most inopportune times.
Indeed.
And it just happened to be right before my podcast, right when I was putting the last kid down to sleep, you know? So, anywho, we're here now. Thank you for your patience.
Well, shit, you know
Um,
how it is, shoot. The fact is, you know what I'm saying, we both got busy schedules, you know what I mean? And somehow we make this happen. You know what I mean? That's the name of the
right.
game. You know,
By
we
the
make this
grace of
happen.
God.
Uh-huh.
As
And the encouragement and the persistence of us. Indeed. Okay, indeed.
it's absolutely, you looking amazing and
As you do, you
ravishing.
are too. Sure, that's one thing. It's just like, what? You can't see worry on our faces. Like, worry? What? Bills? No, 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 no. You see nothing but beauty. Just relaxed beauty. Excuse
You
you.
know,
Uh-huh.
sometimes a good little cat nap, 10 to 15 minutes, 20 minutes, does a long, gets a long way. Sometimes a good masturbation session goes a long way. And
Word.
speaking about masturbation session, um, I'm still bleeding. You know what I mean? And so I was freaked out about that, right?
Oh. Wait a
Long
minute.
story
No, because
short,
we in March and you gave birth on the first. So let's see.
yes.
Yeah. It's been 8 weeks. Yeah, it's been at least 8 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been at least 8 weeks. My provider said that, sometimes it can last as long as 12 weeks.
Oh,
As long as it's not like super heavy or anything. It's not anything
word.
to be alarmed about. So, that's fine, right?
Yeah.
But just with just putting it out there, someone had asked me for a little video, and I had to be like, well, I don't think you want to see my bloody ass pussy, saying I don't know if it's appropriate, I don't know if I know you that well, but anyways,
Word.
um he was very understanding and said he would wait, but how do you ever when's the last time someone said some wild and crazy shit in your DM?
Child, I tell you right now, people don't even jump in my DMs no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think really, you know what I mean? Because of the times when I did have people jumping in my DMs, I mean, they would always do it the most inappropriate way, with pictures, unwanted pictures, unasked for pictures, and things of that nature. And it's like, ew, block, delete. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nah, if I didn't ask for it, don't send it. You know what I mean? But and I think I put out the message in plethora that please don't even bother sending me that fuck shit, because that's what I see it. I see it as fuck shit. And I think if anything, our DM be having more people popping in, trying to sell us something, trying to get us to buy this or check this out, or you want some 1,000 subscribers instantly type of thing, you know what I mean? Or do you buy weed online? We get a whole lot of that. But I think you know what I mean? I am glad that I put off the impression that, nah, don't even bother Kai with that fuck shit. Like, don't even jump in her DMs with the fuck shit, because she really not here for the fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of which, this is the reason why I wanted to have this episode. Well, not only because we gotta make sure and record and keep up with content, but baby, the name of this episode, I wanted to call it When People Try You, because baby, when I tell you I was tried and I had to take the white woman route, like, you know what I'm saying? There are times, because first of all, as an adult, a responsible adult, you know that there are some times that you can handle certain things the ghetto way, and there's certain times that you got to handle it the by law, by paperwork, protect yourself way. Either way you choose, it has to have a level of protection for you. You know what I'm saying? You can't just go out willy-nilly, because you're a responsible adult. You got things that you got to answer for. So, you know what I mean? But you pick and choose depending on the situation. Now, this particular situation, It started off I'm gonna start off by saying, first of all, when it comes to my kids, I don't care how people feel about it, but when it comes to my children, I'm not running up to the school unless it's an emergency. No. You can feel how you feel, but unless the child is bleeding, unless the child done hurt somebody with a weapon or something like that, or they about to be suspended, expelled, some shit like that, I ain't coming up to the motherfucking school. Like for real. Like if we can talk about it over the phone, you can send me a little short email explaining me what the fuck happened. Do that. But don't waste my time asking me to come up to the motherfucking school, because I'm just not going to do it. I decided that shit on 1997 when I heard my first child, and I wasn't playing that game. So coming to today, I got well, this didn't happen today. This happened this week. So I got a call from the parent coordinator at my youngest daughter's school, Anaya's school. And she's telling me that apparently Anaya punched this child in the stomach, and the mama wants to see me and talk about it. Now, yes, that sounds serious. Yes, my child needs to keep her hands to her motherfucking self. Yes, I made sure and told her that. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at her like, child, come up to the school. I ain't finna come up to the school for that. Not girl, I ain't finna come to the school for that. That sound like a quick phone call, a quick Zoom call. I'm not coming up to the school. So the parent coordinator tried to insist, and I kept insisting that I'm not. So then she sends the parent an email, and the parent sends back her phone number for me to call her. Now, let's stop right there. Now, let me tell you for a second, I wasn't even going to call this woman. I wasn't even going to call this woman, because as far as I'm concerned, I'm just like, I don't feel how you feel. It don't sound important to me. But I said, all right, I'm going to give her a call and just say, listen, I'm going to talk to my child. Obviously, she needs to keep her hands to herself. I'm going to talk to her. This woman proceeded to jump on the phone and was like, yo, you don't know what kind of child you got. And your child been beating up my child for the longest. And my child is not a punching bag. And we need to talk about it face to face. And I was like, okay, clearly you're upset. And you have reasons to. However, I'm still not coming up to the school. I'm going to talk to my child. And, and I don't know about this beaten up situation, because I talk to her teacher every day. If my child was a bully, I would have heard about it. So there's no way that I'm going to just listen to that. But okay, again, you're upset. I get it, but I'm not coming up to the school. Well, I think you need to come, because you acting like you don't care. No, I'm not acting like I don't care. I'm acting like that this is not important to me. And I'm not going to pretend with you. I'm going to tell you the real. This is not important enough for me. This is her response. I would come up to the school no matter what if it was my child. And if your child hit my child again, it's going to be a problem. Hold on, fam. Stop. Flag on the play. That's a threat. That's an actual threat now. You can't threaten me or my child. I understand you upset, but you can't threaten me and my child. That's wrong. Now, of course, the ghetto way is to be on some, meet me outside at 3:00 type bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But we in 2023, I don't got, my prettiness don't belong in no jail cell. And I ain't got time for that. Plus, I'm gonna be 51 this year. I have no interest in no brawl over what possibly started over stickers and pencils. Because let's be honest, what could my child and her child be arguing about other than stickers and motherfucking pencils? You know what I'm saying? So nah. So I was like, nah. So then I called the teacher. I called the principal, called the vice principal, let them know that I was threatened. Like the good white woman, I made sure I pulled out the good white woman out of me and let people know I was threatened and that I will not be speaking to this woman again. And you know what I mean? And if she threatens my child again, we will be calling the authorities. You know what I mean? And my whole thing was this. Okay, listen again, because when I talk to the principal, the teacher, and the vice principal, they telling me that my child and this child are friends, and they go back and forth. So again, it goes back to reinforcing the argument that I said, that they're arguing over stickers and fucking pencils. And we all were children where we argued about stickers and fucking pencils. So therefore, I'm not about to jump into no street brawl with a grown ass woman for stickers and fucking pencils. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. But you tried it though. You tried to get me all riled up by saying, you know what kind of child you got. And she even mentioned that, that I've seen you in the neighborhood, so I know what you look like. And again, I was like, that's great that you know what I look like. I'm not hiding from anybody. I don't walk and hide from people. Excuse you. Hide from who? No. Again, all these keywords she kept trying to be in some kind of street. She kept trying to insinuate a street brawl. And my thing was that if I had come up to the school, this is the kind of argument you would have been putting off, and you would have been trying to jump in my face and like, hey, again, I have no interest in a street ball over fucking stickers and fucking pencils, man. This is what? We're talking about 7-year-olds. We're not talking about teenagers that brought weapons to school. We're talking about 7-year-olds. Yes, your child got punched in the stomach, but maybe something happened before the punch in the stomach. Yo, what the fuck you want from me? What the fuck you want from me? But you tried it though. You tried, and as a good because parent that I am, I ain't going there with you. From the beginning of the phone call, I heard the vexation in your throat. I ain't go there with you because again, my whole foundation was that I don't give a fuck about this. This ain't important. This is a child's argument. Why the fuck am I putting importance to a child's fucking argument? Again, stickers and pencils. You tried it for stickers and fucking pencils.
And so she's obviously really emotional, and she is, maybe there's some assumption, it sounds like, because either way, you both, neither of you were there physically, so you can't really say for sure. And to want to escalate things just sounds like she's just very emotional. Although I get it, there's also a better approach to have. And I think, like for instance, when Sela told me that some kids at school were bullying her, they were making fun of her and stuff, I had asked her what she was doing about it. And I didn't really like her response because it sounded, let's just say, weak.
Right.
So I said, okay, well, this is what I want you to do. I'm not going to go over there beating on no damn 7-year-old kids or threatening them or anything like that. What the hell does that look like for me? So you're going to have to fix this. You're going to have to take care of this. And I said, as long as they're not hitting you, then you leave them be, you ignore them, you do whatever it is. Because some kids, I explained to her, they just don't have love or support, and maybe they're just really angry, so you just stay away. Now, the minute that they lay their hands on you, you go ahead and beat the shit out of them. And I even said the word shit. I said, I'll give you, and that's why I posted that little Kevin Gates blurb, because I said something very similar, on my parenting skills. And I don't condone violence, but I do condone giving your children the tools to be like, hey, I'm having a conversation with you. You're my kid. I can't talk to this other kid. So you're going to have to fix this, or I don't want to hear any complaints. It's just across the board. So I'm really, excuse me, it does take strength to withdraw or to not get so riled up, and all of that bullshit too. And so I do commend you for that. Now, I do understand your nonchalance being almost, offensive to this lady, but it's Definitely. Like she's really stressing herself out. At the end of the day, the grand scheme of things is that this is not something that you want to stop the whole schedule for, what I'm saying? Yeah. Exactly. And it could have been her daughter doing the same thing to you, and you would just want her to talk to them and not have it happen again. And I'm sure you wouldn't want to have to go all the way to the school for the same shit. either.
Exactly. Like I see it from her point too. I definitely see, she's pissed off. She wanted to have a conversation. She wanted to summon me to the school to have a face-to-face conversation. But the fact is, and the fact that I just clearly was dismissing the whole idea, like, nah, fuck that. I don't care. I don't give a fuck how I don't give a fuck how you hurt in your feelings. I'm not coming up to the school. Yes, I get that. But at the same time, one of the main things I kept saying to her was, listen, we're having a conversation right now. You know what I'm saying? Where, we could take this to Zoom, you know what I'm saying, set up where, you know what I'm saying, I'm in my safe space, you're in your safe space, and we're talking and exchanging ideas. You know what I mean? But the way she was coming off from beginning, she clearly wanted to have a fucking actual fight about this.
Yeah.
And based on the fact that I'm hearing this, I'm saying to myself, okay, so yes, that's another reason why I absolutely don't want to be in your face. Because you want to physically throw down over your daughter's stickers and fucking pencil fight. And again, we got to remember that my thing is that when I put myself in her shoes, I was saying to myself, yo, if I'm talking to a parent and I want to physically see them and they saying, nah, they, you know what I'm saying, they'd rather have a conversation over the phone, I would conduct the conversation over the phone, because I'd be like, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, whatever it is, let me just respect their time based on the fact that they on the phone talking to me. You know what I mean? And when I approached the conversation, I was approaching it from, you know what I'm saying, like, both of them are guilty. I'm not saying your kid is innocent or my kid is innocent. I'm saying I'm going to definitely deal with my child the way I know how, talk to her, figure it out, and make sure she changes her behavior. Now, and I also said to her, there's like, we as parents, we can't make money if we following them around in the fucking school to make sure they acting right. We ain't making money like that. You know what I'm saying? So I am going to do my best to enforce what I want her to do when she leaves my house. But at the end of the day, we recognize that that once they leave the house, they do as they fucking feel. We recognize that is real. And in her mind, all she kept saying was that I'm pulling out excuses as to why I don't want to see her. And I get it, because her whole mentality was, I want to see you. I want to have this conversation in your face. And I'm just like, nah, B, this ain't important. Fuck out of here. This is about stickers and fucking pencils. Tomorrow, these little girls are gonna go back and be friends, and we sitting here vexed, or somebody in jail over fucking stickers and fucking pencils. Nah, fam. And one of the lines she kicked me was, I will leave my job for when it comes to my kids. I will leave my job and do what I need to do. And I even said to her, I said, well, you might have that freedom. But at this time, I don't have that kind of freedom. I do have that freedom, but at the end of the day, I'm not using that freedom for fuck shit. I'm not using that freedom for fuck shit. And this right here is fuck shit. This right here, we discussing the little 7-year-old girl fights is fucking bullshit. And I am not, no. You have that kind of time on your hands, that's cute. I don't. I will never have that kind of time. So, and that's what I feel really, really upset her, was the fact that she was summoning me to the school to have this discussion, and I was just like, nah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, I don't give a fuck how you feel. I don't give a fuck how your daughter got hurt. It's really not. That's where I was at with it. And that's my opinion. It is what it is. She, you know what I mean? And then her telling me it's going to be a problem. I just said, okay, let me turn into a white woman and document this shit. So if at any point anything happened after further, you're going to be the first one going to jail before I do.
It sounds like you may have dodged a bullet there, and I think it's a lot of common sense. I don't think anything comes from contention or like wrath. Anything good comes from that anyway, and you've got to pick and choose your battles for sure.
You absolutely do. And the fact is, again, these are not teenagers with weapons. If this was a situation where it was teenagers and weapons were brought, and somebody was bleeding on the floor, and you know what I'm saying, and there was and it was actual, even matter of fact, again, because I spoke to fucking authorities in the building, and authorities that see them every day told me that these little girls are friends and they fight every now and then. That alone is information enough to not make this a serious issue.
Yeah,
Like,
I must agree.
because no, your daughter told you she was being bullied on some fuck shit because she wanted to make this look like it's a thing, and I'm not about to match your energy. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Fuck that. It sound like fuckery. Okay, I analyzed it real quick and was like, nah, you go ahead with that by yourself.
That's the beauty of non-judgment when it comes to parenting, you know what I mean? So I have a lot of conversations with other parents and non-parents alike about how kids should be reared and raised. And like I even too have judged people prior to having kids myself on how they raise their children, you know? And so like for example, um I have been attending this little church community with my family.
Okay.
And it's all about, there's just like this really positive vibe and everything. And although I've said goodbye to religion or organized religion a long time ago, I do love the community feel, and like it's important having kids to be like, hey, these are activities that are wholesome activities that we can do together type shit.
Right.
So, long story short, we go to church today, and my 3-year-old just decides, I'm sorry, the 3-year-old and the 7-year-old both decide on being just straight assholes. Like, where, well, he's blurting out certain things. Even the pastor was like, oh, that's okay, it's these are all God's children, and it's like, no, it's not okay.
Yeah, because of course he's trying to tone down the situation, and in your head you're ready to freaking take people's head off, like, what the hell are you doing to me?
And you know what? And so I'm like really curious to know if anybody's watching this podcast or listening to us right now, have you had an experience where you pretty much just you didn't have control over a situation when it came to your children, and then you feel like you was being judged by it at the same time? You know what I mean? So it could have been like just me being like ultra paranoid, but I saw a couple of glances of people that are just like, they might as well have just stood up and been like, get a hold of your motherfucking kid. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing. It's like when like a baby is crying on the airplane, right? Yeah, it's annoying as shit to people, but if you lack compassion, or if you've never had a baby and you don't know what it's like, of course that parent doesn't want this fucking kid crying or acting out. You know what I'm saying? And then how do I look beating his ass in the church for making noise? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what? Eventually I just like kind of stood in the foyer with him and just, tried to calm him down in the most like calm way so that I wasn't stressing myself out. But it's just like that caught up in between, like, oh my God, I really wish this wasn't happening right now. And at the same time, I don't give a fuck what people say about my parenting. I want to make sure my kid is actually straight, and it don't even matter, even in a church setting. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
Yeah.
And no, I get it, because definitely I've had I remember plenty of situations of people judging, and that's when I shit, you know me, I get real angry with people. And when I get angry, the not give a fuck freaking what the not give a fuck no just jumps right on in, because I could even go back to even situations where it's like, you know what I mean? Especially living in Seattle, yo, because every single time, I mean, there would be times where it was like the child is doing something actually wrong, something that they should not be doing. You try to check them, and in the midst of you checking them, you ain't even touch them yet. but you saying certain words, people automatically around you like you shouldn't talk to the child like that. You should, and it's like, wait, hold on. Who brought this child here? So I should just let them do what they want. No. So now I'm going to check the child extra harsh to let you know that I don't play, and then I'm gonna turn to you and check you because you tried me. No, you tried me. No. And that shit used to. Let me tell you something. In New York, I think it only happened. Nah. First of all, in New York, I think I only went through a situation like that where I actually was where it wasn't really my business, but it because I was watching it, I couldn't help but say something. Like it was one time, this was like when Africa was like 12 years old, and we standing at the bus stop, and there's this little boy with his mother, and he is punching his mother in the stomach. Because we standing in front of this store, GameStop. You know how GameStop, they sell video games and all kind of shit. And he's punching his mother in the stomach and telling her, go in the store and buy me a game. And she is begging him, no, Poppy, I don't have the money. No, Poppy, stop that. And she's begging him. And he is dead ass punching her hard in the stomach. And he looked about 12. And I'm like, yo, I'm standing there, and Africa's standing there reading a book. And literally, I'm looking at Africa like, yo, you wouldn't dare try me. Girl, you wouldn't dare try me. But this right here, this little boy right here, I don't understand. I'm not feeling this. And as a good parent, I just can't understand. It's making me want to punch him in the face, even though I know I can't because this ain't my child. But Lord, this is hurting my feelings. So immediately I said something to the woman. I was like, yo, you really gonna stand here and let him punch you in the stomach for a video game? And when I tell you, she was livid with me. She immediately jumped on my case like, shut the fuck up, mind your business, fuck you, who the fuck is you talking to, mind your motherfucker. Yeah. But at the same time, I'm like, but yo, you cussing me out, you got all this strength to cuss me out, but this boy has punched you in the stomach for a video game. Look at my child. You see her standing here reading her book and minding her motherfucking business. You think that one would dare? At first, look at her and ask her if she would dare do what your son is standing in public, punching you in the stomach. And really, it wasn't until other people were staring at her and just kind of looking like, damn. But I was like the only one that was like, yo, you really letting this boy stand here and punch you in the stomach for a game? You really letting him do that? Yo, when he get older, he gonna beat the bricks off you. If you try to, what? He gonna beat the bricks off you. He probably beating the bricks off you now. And she was mad. She was pissed off. She was cussing me out until the bus came. Me and her was going back and forth, and my child was still reading her book like, shit, and it wouldn't be me. I know it wouldn't be me, motherfucker. Who, me? Not. I'm reading my book. I'm minding my business. You damn right. Because that's what a good child do. A child that know they mama crazy as fuck and will put a fuck you mean? I would try me for a game. Try me in the street try me anywhere in the world for a game. Again, it's about how you raise your kids. And the fact is, whether you do it however you do it, people will judge you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm assuming that she was just on some, I'm not going to react to him because we in the street and we don't know who's going to call CPS. But at the same time, it looks like he's abusing you. It looks like he has an upper hand when he can punch you in the stomach and all you can say is, no, Poppy, stop. No. And I think in your situation, it's harder because, again, you are in church, and in church, everything is, it's probably, on some, keep it quiet, keep it clean, keep it kind of, on a real, normal, just neutral level. So, and of course, the boy is losing his mind, and it's shit. You want to pop him one, but you don't want these people looking at you funny. But at the same time, either fucking way, they's gonna be looking at you funny whether you would have popped him one or not. They
Yeah.
looking at you funny regardless, because at the end of the day, that's what it is. That's the bad part of parenting. One of the bad parts of parenting is that when you in the street, however your kids act in the street, that shit comes back on you.
Yep.
Whatever they doing even when they doing fuck shit that we all used to do when we were kids, our mama used to do, our grandmama used to do. We go back and we doing the same shit, but still it reflects back on the parent. And however you rearing that child, it's still, it's just gonna be judged. You just gotta be the one to say, look here, I'm handling my situation how I'm handling my situation. If you can do better, okay. If you can do better, then you come through and do better. But while it's me handling mine, mind your motherfucking business. And that's how it's always been since Africa. Because I remember even having this conversation with an old woman over Santa Claus. Because of course my 4-year-old Africa told the old woman, nah, Santa Claus ain't real. The fuck, my mama work. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you mean? My mama work. I mean, she ain't say all that, but you know what I mean? She was like, what you mean? My mama work. Ain't no Santa Claus. And this old woman was mad, like, how you gonna have this child? No, because baby, I worked too hard for her to believe some old white man is breaking into our house and giving her stuff that I already paid for, that I done bust my ass and paid for. Nah, so I'm gonna have her know the real. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter how you're raising them, it reflects back on you, and no matter what you do, it's being judged. And the best thing is to stay true to yourself and how you doing it, and always look at people like fuck them people. I said fuck them people. The fuck? Are you raised? Do you feed this nigga? Do you at 3 o'clock in the morning, if this motherfucker want to take a shit, do you know about it? No. Oh, I'm gonna need you to shut up. I'm gonna need you to humble yourself, player. If you're not dealing with if you're not at 4 o'clock in the morning when the baby crying, if you're not dealing with it, then I'm gonna need you to humble yourself.
Or paying any
that's
direct
really
deposits.
how you gotta do it. That's how I've been doing it all this years. I you know what I mean? I get judged all the fucking time by family, by friends, by fucking strangers in the street, and you just gotta be like, fuck you. I'm doing this. The fuck is you? Do you feed when this nigga need $40 for a school trip? Is it your money you going? Oh, is it mine? Okay, then I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up and humble yourself. Because I'm handling this. Exactly. This is mine. I got this.
Exactly.
Word.
Which of our episodes so far is your favorite so far?
So
do you have one?
So far, shoot, I think the so far is gonna be the Lamont episode.
Okay.
I say it's gonna be the Lamont episode because yes, since you've been looking at his stories, I actually been looking at his stories too, and I'm just like, yo, he is in love. That's one man that is in love, baby. He is in love. But on the other
like, hello with your fine ass fiance. Shit.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? You went to the Dominican Republic to pick you up a special one. I get it. You know what I mean? But on top of the fact that he, you know what I'm saying, he actually, you know, in that episode, he dropped a lot of educational pieces that, you know what I'm saying, anybody that's in the cannabis industry can definitely learn, pick up, especially if you're in the New York market, you know what I mean? So I definitely appreciate that episode. That episode ain't come out yet per the calendar, but it will. By the time this episode drop, it will, so.
You know what? My favorite episode is way back in the beginning when we did, I think it was episode 3 or something, where it was like chat with us, where you and I had compiled questions and just asked each other back and forth. When we was both in Seattle and doing our, you know, in-person, you know, recordings. Oh my gosh, I was watching that the other day and just cracking up because I remember you and your husband was coming into town very soon,
Hmm.
This is when you guys were living in separate states, right?
Yeah.
But there was just like there was just such this like rawness in like what you were sharing versus like now where yo ass be hella holding back. I get it though. You know, it's no disrespect and we still get it in. But I was like, damn, she's sharing a hell of a lot. And I was like, this motherfucker don't share shit anymore.
What the hell? Shit, man, listen, I don't got to. Shoot, let me tell you something. I gotta live a life outside of this camera, okay? I ain't got no time to shoot when it's time and when I want to sit on some D and get some D, and then all of a sudden people nah, cause I don't like what you said. Nah, I don't like. I don't want to go through that fuck shit. Nah, I am very careful. I am very careful in these streets. Yes, sir. Yes, I am. Fuck the
What
frail.
you say?
You
I
know
get
what I'm
it.
saying?
I get it.
Dude, I mean, and I figure the fact is, shoot, the fact that we have, honestly, we have met plenty of fucking interesting motherfuckers that we have deep dived all up in their business. I'm like, shit. I think that's good content. Let's not tell people about my situations. Get my life
Okay.
up out of this shit. Yeah. What's
All
going
right.
on?
I have another
No
question for
snitching, no
you.
snitching. No
Okay.
snitching, no snitching. You damn right.
I have a hypothetical question
Oh
in
Lord, here
which
we
if
go.
you were
Here we go with the hypotheticals. If we not hypotheticals, we P Diddy and deals. We like we trying to put out these bars. You know what I'm saying? We got an album to drop by summer. What's good? I mean, I understand you.
or
And
I'm trying to do a masturbate-a-thon.
exactly. And it's like we still got a whole little baby to make sure she good. Cause after all, she the new boss and shit. I be having to say to myself, okay, hold up. Even when I see you tweeting and sending me DMs early in the morning here, I'll be like, well, damn, little mama up early in the morning. She the boss like a motherfucker. She be like, nah, 4 o'clock,
Yeah.
let's go. Party time. Let's
Um,
go. What you doing? Sleep. Girl, get up. Gotta
damn.
get up, girl. What you talking about? Uh-uh.
Shit, I miss sleeping like a whole cool 6 hours straight throughout the night. You know what I'm saying? I don't even remember what that's like anymore.
Shit.
Um,
Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I can tell you that I am basically the same thing. I mean, it ain't a baby waking me up. It's my body temperature. But other than because I haven't slept a whole night without my body temperature rising me up from the depth of my sleep. Please, that's been years. I've been dealing with that for the longest. It is crazy. It is horrible, and I can't wait for it to stop.
is it the premenopausal situation?
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
hot flashes, you know what I mean? And it's like I've tried so many different things to fucking, like I've tried to buy over the counter shit. I've tried to Google shit, all kind of shit. I done went to the doctor and got a prescription, and even that shit don't work. It's just like I'm just gonna be hot whenever my body decides to be hot, and then most time it happens is while I'm sleeping. So I wake up in the middle of the night and just be like, ooh, it's 105 for no reason. Yup.
Okay. Do you do fans or anything?
Oh, girl, let me tell you something. It's like the way my body's set up that no matter what I try to do to cool down, open the window, I'll freaking drink something cool, ice, everything. My body be like, oh, were you trying to cool down? No, you wait till when we ready. You wait.
Okay.
Like it really it's like it counteracts the best thing I can do is just sit there and wait for it to go away, because
Okay.
other than that I'm just making it worse by trying to
Yeah.
counteract the shit. This shit is crazy.
Wow. My
The
sister's
shit.
mentioned something similar. She's about to be, oh, she's approaching 50 and she's
Mhm.
getting into that premenopausal state. And it's just amazing and terrifying sometimes what the body has to go through.
Oh my God, girl, let me
Over
tell you,
time.
it's the most ridiculous shit on earth because I mean, especially we live, in the days of COVID and shit, and the main people are still, walking around with the very scared type of paranoia type of thing. So of course, anytime you're someplace and obviously you're outside and it's clearly cold, and I'm standing there with my coat open and I'm doing one of these and just sweat is just beading everywhere. People just looking at me like, okay, what's wrong with her? What is this? What is this going on here? And of course they assume the worst. And it's like, bruh, I'm not gonna walk around with a sign that it's hot flash time. It's hot flash time because that's what I would have to be doing. Like it's hot flash time. Like I might not look like I'm in my 50s, but I am in my 50s. Like for real, for real. Like seriously, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But even I've even tried. I don't know if you noticed, but I actually, me and you got the same hair color right now.
I love it, Queen. I love
We actually
it.
got the same hair color. I thought that gray hairs would blend in with the color. The gray hairs are like, yeah, no, we're here. You trying to hide us? Or you funny? You try to hide us? Oh no, girl. We still
Man,
here.
props
We
to
part of
whoever
the
does your hair.
party.
Because I love the way that you be doing your hair and everything and your nails. You're
Oh man.
always getting it, girl.
Oh
I love
man,
it.
that's literally my whole just just trying to, because it's like you have to pour in yourself. We even discussed this in our last episode. You have to pour into yourself in order to pour into other people. And whatever it
Mhm.
is, no matter what it is, if it's, getting your hair done once a month, getting your nails done every 2 weeks, like whatever it is to make yourself feel good in order to carry on with all the other fuck shit that you got to carry on, because you do got to carry on and be responsible for all of this. Do that shit. Do that shit, girl. Do that shit.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I
But
love it. I yeah, I have to be more kinder to myself that way because the fact of the matter is that we work hard and so we have to spend towards ourselves. You're right, pour into ourselves.
you have to.
So,
You have to. And that's really the true meaning of self-love. Like for instance, I ain't like I've been I ain't tell you this yet, but I could definitely share this on the podcast. Like one of the goals I'm trying to do for this summer for my birthday is to go back to Panama, to at least spend 4 days in Panama. Now, why is that important to Kai Storm? That is very important because Kai Storm arrived in New York City on 1981 and has never been back to Panama. Like,
wow.
never. And the ridiculousness of that is that everybody in my family has gone back like 5 million times. Exaggerated number, of course, but the fact is that all of my family members, including my oldest daughter Africa, has been to Panama way more. Like that, I mean, the girl can actually speak Spanish. You know what I mean? She was born in Brooklyn and she can speak Spanish. So along with my other family members who definitely have, with the time that they've been working, have traveled to different places and different states, different countries, and definitely have gone back home. Most of my family members have retired to and now live in Panama. My aunt lives in Panama, my mama lives in Panama, and my dad almost was going to live in Panama, but situation happened with the house, and he wasn't able to make it and be able to do it. But the point is that everybody has gone more than 3 times. I'm the only one that has never gone back since I arrived in New York City. And I'm looking at myself like, yo, I'm getting older. Uh, my two youngest have never been to Panama. My two youngest have never met my mother. Um,
What?
yes, And
Wow.
you know what I mean? Because my mother retired to live in Panama long before Africa even became a grown up. So, you know what I
Wow.
mean? Like my mother used to be a nurse's assistant for a hospital here in New York City called St. Vincent's, and St. Vincent's is no longer in existence. But she retired, and when she retired, she bought her house in Panama, and she only comes into America basically, when she feels like, you know what I mean? And
Wow.
like, and I haven't seen her in a long time. She's coming up here this summer anyway to to go to a goddess's graduation, but or and to
Nice.
just visit family and everything like that. But as far as me and Panama, I haven't been back ever since I've been here. And I was like, yo, this year
Oh
I'm gonna
my
make it happen.
gosh. I
I
want to
was like,
fucking
yo, I
go
don't know how,
too.
but I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna figure it out, yo.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to figure it out. We gonna
Good for
go to Panama
you.
for my birthday. And I'm putting it in the air because it's like that's something that because like everything else that we work for, everything else that we work hard for, that's something that I really want to do. That's something I really want to give
And
to
deserve to
myself
do.
and to my family. So it's like, yo, I'm gonna do my best to make it happen. If it don't happen, baby, let me tell you, it's be one thing that I tried my best to make sure it happens. Because I most
You'll do
certainly
it.
am trying my best to make sure it does happen. You know what I mean?
Yes, indeed,
You
Queen.
know what I
I've never
mean?
been to Panama. I've only been to Nicaragua. I've
Mm,
been to and I did meet some people that were originally from Panama, so that was
okay.
exciting. As well as other areas in Central America.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I've been wanting to go back to Nicaragua as well, and even to my homeland, which is in Samoa.
Word.
So it's gonna happen for us, and we'll be
Exactly.
doing Motherhood, Sex, Marijuana International as well. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, because you know I'm gonna be talking shit from the beach. You know I'm gonna be talking shit from the beach. Stop
Hell
playing. From my
yeah.
mama house, I'm gonna be talking shit. From her damn house, I'm gonna be talking shit. Stop
That's
playing.
some fly shit for real.
Word. I absolutely, and it's like I said, it's been years since I've been back, and everybody in the family has been more than once, and I'm like, nah, I can't be the only one that ain't going back. I can't be like we not doing that. Not for what I mean. I absolutely am going to do my best to make it happen. That's a spark I'm putting in the air. I've been putting it in the air since I thought about it. Like, yes, we gonna make that happen for real, for real.
Hell yeah. Wow.
Word,
Is
word.
there a certain Panamanian dish that you love?
Yeah, I can't say I've had anything Panamanian in a long freaking time. Because first of all, Maritza stopped cooking a long time before she what? Maritza was never one. It was she like me. She look at the kitchen and go, "Damn, why I gotta go in there?" I like we can't have somebody else do that because I don't really want to. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure in her house she don't cook. I'm pretty sure she got somebody else cooking for her because she never ever gave a fuck about cooking. Me neither. I only time I give a fuck about cooking is Thanksgiving. Any other time I want somebody else to do it for real, for real. Like nah, I'm good.
But you can get
You
down
know,
though for sure.
I
Did
can, but at the
you?
end of the day, I wish somebody else would do it. You know what I mean?
I feel
But
you.
so I can't tell you I've had anything Panamanian in a long time. I mean, for me, the best thing would just be for it. Excuse me. The best thing for me would just be in just as soon as getting off the plane and just looking and seeing just signs in Spanish. Just walking around and hearing everybody talking in Spanish is just gonna be like, yo, son, I actually made it, yo. Never mind the fact that Africa, because of course, because Africa has been so many times. Africa already told me. She's like, "What? The trip from the airport to my mama house is like 15 minutes. The cab gonna cost like 50 cents." I was like, "What you mean 50 actual cents?" She was like, "Yeah, 50 cents. Shoot, and stop playing. Everything in down there cheap. You gonna most money you gonna spend is getting on the airplane." And real talk, the plane ride is expensive, but somehow I'm going to make it happen. You know what I mean? And so really the main joy is just getting off the plane and just being like, shit, I fucking made it. Like, look at this shit. I fucking made it. Look at this shit. And then of course, me and Africa talked about it because I was like, because last time she went, she took her vape pen, and I was just like, nah, fuck that. There's got to be weed in Panama. Fuck you, me. And I know, and I already told Africa, I was like, yo, I'm going to be bold and straight up with my mom and look right at her and be like, where the weed at? I know you know. No, I know you don't smoke weed, Ma. I'm just saying, you know somebody that knows somebody that can get me some weed. Ma, I'm 50, because by this summer I'm gonna be 51. So I'm gonna be looking at her like, Ma, I'm 51 years old. I'm not scared of you. Go talk to somebody that talk to somebody about this weed, because I'm gonna need some weed. No, for real. So what's the problem? What's the problem? Because first of all, let me tell you a little joke. Because my mother in Africa talk a lot. So apparently, she asked Africa, does Jennifer's house always smell like weed? Yes, Jennifer is my actual name by the people listening. But yeah, she asked Africa if Jennifer's house smelled like weed all the time. And my daughter had to tell her, first of all, New York smell like weed all the time. Never mind my mama house. I mean, you talking crazy. You know what I mean? Because after all, Africa had to tell her the truth. Like, you going to smell weed as soon as you get off the plane. Like, you get on the bus. Like, weed, like, people roll weed on the train. Like, what you talking about? Like, New York City, the new smell is marijuana. So when you get to my house, ain't like you're gonna be smelling something different. You know what I mean? So I have no qualms looking at Maritza Harper and telling her, yes, Maritza, now you know I'm gonna need some weed. Yes, now that I'm here and I'm looking at your house, it's cute. Everything you look like. Yes. Tell me you know somebody that smokes. What? Lady, stop playing with me. I'm grown. Where the weed at? Stop playing with me.
That's hilarious, man. Your mama looks beautiful. I seen those pictures you flashed up. She is a beautiful woman.
Sure. Maritza is definitely still young and fresh. Absolutely.
And you look just like her. And I believe that Africa looks just like you. She just is Africa. And it's just, I can't wait until my kids grow up. Sometimes I wonder, like, are we going to still be close, or are you guys just going to be doing your own thing? Either way, mama's going to be doing her thing. That's for damn sure.
The fact is, they're going to be there. They're going to be there, honey. They're going to be there. And that's going to be the best part of just, because honestly, one of the best things that happens once a month that's been happening since I've been down here is that me and Africa actually get pedicures together. And our little pedicure sessions, we talk about everything. She telling me everything that's going on in her life. You know what I'm saying? Because right now she's doing esthetician school. She's trying to learn about eyelashes and doing waxing and shit, because she's trying to open up her own little thing. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean, and of course she's working, so we talk about all her employees and shit, because she a manager. So we talk about her employees. I talk about whatever's going on with me, and we just sit there and get our pedicures together. This shit is cool as hell. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know what I mean? It's a good little get together that we do every month. It's like I dead ass don't even get I will look at my toes, and my toes will be fucked up, and I'll be like, nah, I gotta wait and ask when she ready to get it, because I don't want to just get my toes done and then she'll hit me up like, what's up? We got our toes done, you know what I mean? And so I actually will wait for her, and it's love.
So cute.
You know what I mean? It's love. You know what I mean? I absolutely, and I'm telling you, your kids, you're gonna have that, especially because they right behind each other. You're gonna have that in triplicate. I'm telling you, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good, honey.
Thank you, Queen.
Absolutely.
And can we get into any nasty business? Is there any nastiness? Because I ain't having sex right now. But can we... Well, okay. I have one thing to share.
Okay.
So I won't say who it is, but I've been talking to somebody on and off, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes it gets a little spicy, you know. And this is the same individual that I shared earlier that wanted a video, but I was like, I got a bloody pussy, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So he had asked me because, you know, your girl, you know, can suck good dick, you know what I'm saying? So he was just telling me that he wanted to see what that tongue could do, you know, remember, he wanted to remember whatever, you know, see what that tongue could do. So I was like, shit, I don't got a dildo at the moment, but so I go in the refrigerator and I get this cucumber.
Oh wow!
And of course, you know, this is a time where my kids are all sleeping and shit, and I'm trying to like, you know, get some me time in. So I'm over there in my fucking kitchen, like sucking on this cucumber, trying to make this video of me sucking it and shit like that, trying to be all sexy and shit. And I was like, damn, this is probably the weirdest sexual experience that I've ever done. Sucked a cucumber for some dude through the video.
I mean, shoot. I mean, I think it you know what? I think the cucumber, even though it sounds a little weird, I think it's best because I think if it would have been a dildo, he would have been way more picturing it like it was like it was a real dick, and then he would have been like, nah, no, do it with something else. Do it with something else, like a banana, something that's not gonna make me feel like you over there getting off with somebody else and I'm watching you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's funny though. Nah, what's it called? I've even fucked a cucumber before.
Oh,
it wasn't as good as I thought it would be. Let's just say that. And then I made sure that I just threw it away after because I didn't want to like make our food with it.
Lord have mercy.
As clean as you can get it. Just the thought was just, nah, I can't get myself to do just that.
You see, with me, I don't like food all up in my situation. Player. It's either you eat, or we getting our munchies on, or you just gonna eat my cake. No, because you gotta pick and choose. You gotta pick and choose. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? Because the fact is, first of all, we already know that certain things, you know what I mean, especially how, you know, they're growing vegetables and the pesticides, this and that, motherfucker. You gotta, even to eat the shit, you gotta fucking be extra rinse off this and that. You know what I mean? Doing all kind of formulas to make sure you eating some level of healthy. So to put it in your situation, nah, girl, I don't need my situation to be all special all of a sudden. I don't. Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Because then you gotta go to a doctor and explain, well, I was experimenting and what had happened. And although I am sure that they have heard everything, I refuse to have, that's the level of judgment that I don't really want to go through. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no doctor looking at me all funny, like, bitch, you was doing what? Girl, what? Girl, stop. Ew. You know what I'm saying? Like, ew.
Damn, man. You know what'd be so dope is if we like hosted comedy shows where it's like, you know, of course, THC or weed friendly comedy shows.
Oh my God. That shit would be cool. And the fact is that the comedy show, see, first of all, the comedy, because me and husband done went to 2 comedy shows, and you know what I'm saying? I think it's cool, but you gotta make sure that the motherfucker is funny. You can't just because you know what I'm saying? You can't just listen, you can't just have heard him, you know, spit off a few jokes while you was smoking with that motherfucker and you just say, fuck it, go ahead and go up on stage. Because literally the first time it was only one that realized she wasn't funny and got off the stage, and then everybody else was funny. But the second time me and him went, everybody that was on stage was corny. It was just like dry, next dry. And it got to the point like we was an hour into the show, and husband was like, yo, you ready to go? Nah, because all these niggas is corny. I'm ready to go. What? You not ready? Oh, okay. I knew you said you was ready. I thought I heard you say you wasn't ready. You was ready, right? But let's go. Cause at first I was going to chill because the second time around we happened to got because of MSM, because that's one thing I love about being an MSM, because we are starting to get popular to the point where people send us free shit and want to give us free shit and discounted shit. So those tickets for the second show were discounted because we MSM.
We in the industry, baby.
So, you know what I'm saying? People know us in these streets. You heard? So yeah. And so I wanted to check out the rest of the shows. I kind of, you know what I mean? But at the same time, we was both sitting there like, this is corn. You know what I mean? And the only thing that we enjoyed was the infused empanadas, because there was this chick there and she was making empanadas and they were infused. And we got like fucking for $30 we got like 6 of them. So we were sitting there munching and having a good time with that. But as far as the jokes wasn't funny. So it's like we would have to audition motherfuckers and make sure you feel like, if you don't make me laugh, whether I'm high or not, no, we not gonna play with you like that. We not gonna play with you. Like, you gotta be funny. Like, you gotta be funny. Like, for real funny.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Yeah. I just, I don't know. I have like all these ideas in my head, but with the success of the podcast and the brand, that all will come. You know, I'm not worried about it.
And it is coming. It is coming, because I mean, shit. You know what I mean? The fact is, like I said, either way, the fucking, I can't remember, the Lingerer. The shout out to the company,
shout out to the Lingerer.
You know what I'm saying? Those little lighter hangers. I mean, for us, it's kind of funny because I smoke blunts. I don't really smoke bongs to be hanging the lighter next to the bong and shit. But at the same time, it's cute to have, something to hang the lighter on, you know what I mean? Because, as smokers, we all know that lighters disappear like a motherfucker.
All the time.
That's the first thing that's going at a smoke party. Shit. The fucking lighter, you know what I mean? So it's a good idea. It's definitely a good idea. And you know what I mean? And also with the fucking the ice cream company that gave us the free ice cream. I forgot what they named. Damn it, I hate seaweed to make you forget people, but shout out to y'all too. You know what I mean? Because that fucking ice cream was bomb as fuck. It was nice as hell. We fucking, like, we literally finished that shit one shot. Like, it was just like we kept scooping into that shit before you know it. We looked at that shit like, damn, that shit is gone. Yeah, that shit is gone.
Oh, I love it. I can't wait to explore other more cannabis events too. And CWCB is this year, as you had mentioned in our previous conversation. Mm-hmm. Have you and your husband decided whether you'll be going?
Actually, yes. Because of some blessings with beyond my imagination that I didn't even realize I had access to. I was able to definitely purchase the fucking boat ride tickets and the day pass tickets, because how they gotta set it up, them slick motherfuckers, how they gotta set it up is that in order to go to either the boat party or the networking party, you had to buy a day pass. And the day pass, last year the day pass was $50. This year the day pass is $75. Last year the boat ride was $175. This year the boat ride is $275. So when you add $275 plus 75, and then you double that, you see where I'm going. But because again, it's not only to spread the news about motherhood, sex, marijuana. It's also to celebrate my husband's birthday, because his birthday is June 2nd. So it's a great freaking party to be at. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but I already told him that next year when they raise the boat ride tickets to $375 and the day pass to $100, they gonna have to keep that shit, because I ain't going for them kind of prices. Nuh-uh. You gonna have y'all motherfuckers will have to give me some discount or give me a free ticket to something because baby, what?
Let's get to that point where we're getting our, shit sponsored more. And I think you're already, well on your way and establishing all these contacts. So kudos for you. I'm so glad that you guys get to do that.
Oh, indeed.
I have yet to,
everywhere I go, I try to make sure and mention motherhood, sex, marijuana, especially.
Course.
And I already know you do it when you can. After all, shit. But again, we're all busy. We have a lot of different things going on, and shit, you got a brand new baby who is the boss of your household.
Absolutely, she's a total dictator at that. And so,
I can imagine.
I just appreciate you. I appreciate this podcast. If anybody's watching this right now and if you want to get on, hit us up. There's so many ways to get a hold of us. DMs and the Instagram. We on Twitter. We on Facebook. Emailing us. Going to the website. If you say you can't get a hold of us, then you're just lying or not trying hard enough.
And again, all our social media is monitored by me. Even if you jump in the comments of this here video, you definitely will get notified. I will definitely get notified about it. You know what I'm saying? I respond to all our emails. Any emails that's sent to us, I respond to them all. Business DMs, I respond. You know what I mean? We definitely respond when it's important. And of course, we got space for everybody on this show. And again, I tell people all the time, it's not, you don't have to smoke weed to be on this podcast, but you damn sure gotta respect it. You damn sure gotta respect it. You know what I mean? Because it's an open space for everybody, and we welcome whatever you trying to put on this show. You know what I mean? Especially if it has something to do with marijuana, motherhood, sex, or marijuana. So yeah, indeed.
Yeah. And if you're trying to send your dick or your pussy pics, we are also we're only accepting those in my inbox.
Yeah, I was about to say, please do not. I repeat, do not.
I'm just kidding, dude.
Do not send that shit nowhere near motherhood, sex, marijuana's inboxes anywhere on social media. You know what I'm saying? Ruby has her own motherfucking Instagram DM. You could hit her up all day, and you know what I'm saying? And therefore she can, play fucking, who's gonna get chosen, who gonna get blocked. I'm saying she could play who gonna get chosen and who gonna get blocked. I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
That's the best place to play that game with her, because motherhood, sex, marijuana, you gonna automatically get blocked, immediately blocked. So,
oh my God,
with us.
Remember that post that I made of that older gentleman that was looking at some porno, and he puts it next to his ear so he can hear, the macaroni and cheese shit, right? And so I don't know if that's happened to you, but I was picking up my kid from school, and I wasn't necessarily trying to look at porn, but I'm standing there bored because I'm just waiting for them to come out. And I open up my Internet Explorer tab, and the last thing I had been watching is Pornhub. So not only was it on Pornhub, but the fucking volume was all the way up, and you're just like,
and immediately everybody's looking around like, where the fuck that come from?
I'm trying so hard, freaking to, my thumb couldn't have clicked on the fucking motherfuckers any harder, any faster on that volume on my phone. Yeah. And I look around, and I'm like, okay, I don't see anybody, but this one guy, and I swear, I think he saw me because he was over to the angle, but then he looked and then he looked away. When I had looked over, and I was oh my God. And I was just like, okay, that's great, Ruby. I'm like, I don't even fucking touch my phone when I'm at my daughter's school anymore. It's just can't even risk it.
I feel you though, but but shit, I can tell you that happened to me one time. But see, when it happened, it was like I was walking, and all of a sudden, when I saw it, I was like, oh shit. Walking right the fuck off, like, oh, looking around like, oh, nobody else ain't walking with me. It's all right. Let me turn that motherfucker off real quick. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But shit, but that's again, and that's the weed mind, because your weed mind will fucking have you forgetting that that's the last place you did. So it don't tell you automatically. Turn your fucking volume down.
Right.
Where you was at last time? You know what I'm saying? It didn't tell you. Or better yet, you should have fucking switched the fucking website before you fucking once you went to sleep.
Or like search incognito, you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? But clearly you knocked the fuck out and forgot. Clearly.
Lord have mercy. Funny shit we do, man. This has been an amazing episode again.
This has definitely been a great episode since I'm sitting here choking my damn face off. We definitely clearly got to get back to work in other situations. But yes, as always, we always have a great time. We always put it down. We definitely
keep it real.
Keep it real, and we definitely are bringing new information, new shit that people obviously need to be tuned into, and obviously need to continue to check out every Sunday. Yes, because Motherhood Sex Marijuana is in the motherfucking building. Yeah.
Love you guys. Thank you for the support.
Definitely. Thank you for watching every single time. Later, Ma.
Later.
Love you too. All right. And here I am ending the show. Bye.
Ladies, 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 beautiful ladies.